Oh my gosh, you finally got on here. I've been waiting for you to get on here all day. And if I don't tell you this story, if I don't tell you about what I found, I do feel like I'm going to explode. So are you ready for story time? Great. So I was unpacking the other day and I came across this gem, my Puerto Rico cup. And you're looking at me like, what's the big deal? It's just a cup. Listen, I get it. To anyone viewing, it might look like any old cup, a cute cup, but any old cup. But the thing is, I got this beauty back in 2016 when I went back to Puerto Rico for the first time since the second grade. A tragedy, I know. Um, it was just such a big deal for me, because, well, I was born and raised in Philly. Spanish wasn't my first language. And growing up, I would often hear things like, you weren't born in Puerto Rico? You're not a real Boricua. Or my favorite one was, ¿Tú no hablas español? Ah, pues you a fake Puerto Rican. Like, who died and made you the king of Puerto Rico? First of all. And sometimes, even throughout my adult years, that's still something that I'd hear. It's crazy. Like, come on. And not for nothing, even though my Spanish is still not very good looking, I make it work, okay? Estoy practicando. Ooh, boop. Yo hablo. But when I tell you, I legit drank from this cup for a month straight when I got back. Every time I drank from her, it felt like I was still on Luquillo Beach. Like I was still on Luquillo Beach. Sitting there, my toes in the sand, just the smell of the air, the stillness of that water. Like, if you know, you know. Either way, I know it's gonna sound weird, and don't judge me, but it really was as if this cup had magic. Like if it had legit superpowers or something. Like I could feel the warmth of the Puerto Rico sun anytime I drank from her. And like what's crazy is that this is the Taino symbol for the sun. You get what I'm saying? Like that's so weird. That's magic. Like how do you feel the warmth of the sun from a picture of a sun? Yeah, you're still looking at me like it's just a cup tip. Okay, it's fine. That's okay. Just hear me out. Although it's just a cup, she just represents something so much bigger for me. Like being back on the island, hearing the coqui, coqui, coqui. You see what I'm saying? Like feeling proud to be there and just the smell of the food when you're walking by these places and hearing the music that's playing and just the island breeze and I swear I had that song like on a loop in my head. But to be honest, now that I think about it, I don't even know if it was a legit song playing or if it was in my head. But either way, I remember the lyrics. Maybe you'll remember too. It went something like, es la isla del encanto y para mí no hay palabras para decirte la magia que sientes cuando estás aquí. You heard it before? You heard it before. I know you did. No? No, you never heard it before. Okay. Weird. But anyway, she was just the first thing I got that was mine from Puerto Rico, along with the memories I created, my own stories that I can now tell. And there's just something so comforting about that connection to where my dad grew up, the connection to where my grandparents were born, the stories shared with us growing up from our families. You know what I mean? You remember the one that they told us about my uncle slipping and falling in the water and my dad and them like freaking out because they're like, oh my God, we're going to get in trouble when we go home. We got to save him, because of course they wanted to save him. They didn't want him to drown. Spoiler alert, he did not drown. Totally fine. Totally okay. But yeah, like just things like that. And being there and like just making the connection between stories I was told to like now finally seeing it, being there. My feet are planted into the same ground where my dad stood. I don't know. It's just something comforting about that. It just feels like home. You know what I mean? Hmm. This cup is just so special to me. Like it represents culture. It represents language and beauty. Like this was handmade. And I know it wasn't like it was handmade way back then. I mean, unless, no, it was made. And just looking at these symbols, I can't help but wonder what was going on in the creator's mind when they made the symbols. Like what possessed them to, oh, this is gonna be the sun symbol and it got eyes and a smile in there, or just anything like that. Like, for example, imagine if they were texting back then, and their version of texting was with their symbols, and it was something like stick figure. Hey, girl, it's so sun symbol out here, right? You know what I mean? You don't ever just think about stuff like that. No, no. All right, cool. 3-0, perfect. Anyways, I don't know. Just finding this kind of just took me back to that place. And just with all the chaos that's kind of been happening around in the world around us, it was just nice to kind of be reminded of a world that is within us. Just the connection to comfort zones and sand in between our toes. And I'm telling you, this cup has powers, legit magic. And my Spanish, when I'm drinking out of this with un cafecito con un chililín de leche y azúcar, like, you think I was right next to my abuela on the campo, like, doing some salsa dancing. I don't know. But either way, like, it's just, it's mine. It's my Puerto Rico cup. I know you know the look. I know you know the song. All right. It went again. Es la isla del encanto y para mí no hay palabras para decirte la magia que sientes cuando estás aquí. I know you heard that, and I know you saw that. We're gonna do this again, because you're not gonna tell me I'm bugging. Ah. Es la isla del encanto y para mí no hay palabras para decirte la magia que sientes cuando estás aquí. Es la isla del encanto y para mí no hay palabras para decirte la magia que sientes cuando estás aquí. Es la isla del encanto y para mí no hay palabras para decirte la magia que sientes cuando estás aquí. Connection and belonging is culture. Connection and belonging is music. Connection and belonging is comfort zones and rice and beans and sand in between my toes.
Thanks for checking out Power Street Theater. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe somewhere around here. I'm not sure where the button is, but where it says subscribe, that's where you gotta click.